Okay, so we're gonna be going down Bragança. Bragança is this street way down there, and we're gonna do this kind of, this one doesn't have a street name, so I'm gonna combine it with the Bragança, which is that one, and we're basically gonna walk down this way and then walk down this way all the way down to this part of Bragança. So stay tuned. Got some pretty cool looking buildings that we're gonna start at, and we're gonna do a little 360 before we even begin. A lot of kind of interesting buildings everywhere in this space. Down there is a jockey club and a veterinarian on the corner, and that is going to be where we're going to start at. Hey, check it out, Macau 2023. Check out some more streets. Okay, so actually this is kind of an interesting little area. So we're going to be going into Bragança, and Bragança is down that street, down that way. But there's just all these little kind of interesting spaces in here. So you can go to that little alley in here, and also around here too. And we're going to do that right now. Okay. So now we're kind of, we just kind of walk through. So it's kind of an interesting little space. So now you can see how this is all set up, with these kind of wavy buildings like that. And we are definitely going to walk down that way. Up here, I'll just show you real quick, because this is kind of a small space to get up here. But basically this is a little space that goes to, you can see the Galaxy Casino up in this area. A lot of people will go through this space here and go into this little circle right here. So this Bragança is going to start over on that side. But you kind of have all this kind of cool stuff everywhere. And I guess maybe we'll do, I guess we'll kind of walk like this. Yeah, and there's a Galaxy Casino over there, and some of the Cotai Strip. Venetian is down that way, Parisian. And actually we're right on the corner of Bragança anyways, which is our target street. So we're going to be heading over that way in a moment. So I think we're going to be able to go back into that little spot that we were in a moment. Kind of give you a little context of everything. It's a pretty close space. Those windows are amazing right there. Okay. So we're gonna head back in. I also really like these little things right here too. Those lanterns. So we're basically haven't quite. We're like on the edge of our target street, which is right up here. But yeah, I just always really like this blue building a lot. I just think it's such a cool space. And all these architecture too, the way they're kind of curved like that. I think this is a new place. I think that used to be called, used to be one called Lisboa. And they got a Korean one. Some different restaurants. I think there used to be one called Lisboa Cafe. A lot of things went out of business with the COVID era, so that might have been one of the casualties perhaps. Okay, so Bragança is this street right here. We're just gonna look all the way down the street. And actually Bragança, there's a skyway right here, and then Bragança goes all the way down to the other side as well. So it goes, it would keep on walking down that way, and then I think that's the end of it. So we can actually see one ending of it, and then the other ending is way down this way, which is where we're gonna go now. Let's see which side of the street is better. Okay. Small little bike. So this was our starting spot. And then we're basically just gonna walk down Bragança Street. And at the end of the street is School of Nations. I think it goes, Bragança goes all the way across kind of a main road called Quang Tong, which is down there as well. So we'll be walking down past that. It's a noodle shop. I've had noodles here before. It's a pretty good shop. And then this one on the corner, here's our street right here. Bragança. So that's where we're at, and this is kind of a cool shop too. So you got all these kind of iconic stuff, like Macau iconic stuff, like these things, old style Macau. I think that's the gate that people would go when they cross Grand Prix. This is Taipa ruins. I think they took this monument down. I think it went back to Portugal, but I think that was at Fraude Amaral. That one, don't quite recognize this space at all. Is that bullfighting? I think I might have heard that they had, I don't know what this is. It looks like bullfighting, but I'm not so sure. That one is Felicidade. Old buses. Yeah, this one there's a cross up here, so I think this is maybe looking from Peña down, I think. But anyways, they got a lot of cool stuff in this place here. So they got it's a great visual place to eat at because there's so much memorabilia about Macau. I think there's also a little bit of like Hong Kong stuff, a little bit too. Lisboa, all the ruins. Gambling. So now you can kind of see this whole style. I'm just gonna walk to the window a little bit. I got the Coca-Cola sign, so there's a sign that's in Macau that has a Coca-Cola like that as well. Yeah, there's some old photos of Macau on the wall. So yeah, they definitely have, I think this one is, I hadn't seen it, this goes up to a church right here, so there's a lot of history here. So, okay. So we're going to keep on going down. Let me give you a little context of where we're at. So we're basically, Bragança is the beginning of the street is all the way down that way, under that skyway as well. Yeah, that place is it's a good restaurant. They have a lot of food. I'm gonna keep on cruising down. It's a Sunday night tonight. Yeah, this part, we're kind of walking towards, straight ahead is Taipa Pequeño Mountain. So, and there's some hiking trails up there. To the right, if you go all the way up that way and to the right is Nova Mall. To the left is Jockey Club. And also the station is that as well. So it's down that way. We keep on walking down. You see, this stretch isn't as interesting as other ones, but there's Caritas. Caritas does a lot of good works for the city. Okay. There's the post office there, Correios. So we're kind of at a stretch. There's another Critas bus. But Critas, they basically do like stuff for the elderly, special needs. Like they do a lot of good services for the city. And I guess they probably get money from the government to support it as well, of course. So it's all around valuable to the city and the community. Okay. Let's continue onward. The sun is going down a little bit. It's Namsan down that way, all the tall buildings. And here's the mall. There's IKEA right up here as well. And Bragança just keeps going all the way down to School of Nations down that way. So we'll take it down that way as well. There's a big hotel down at the end of it called El Tira. That kind of shiny building. They got live music up there as well. Up on the top. School of Nations is right there. That's one of the major English schools for expats to go to. Probably the biggest one is the international school is #1, probably Anglican College is probably #2, and then this would be #3 out of the city with tons of schools everywhere. But there's only a few that have education in English, so they're pretty high in demand by the expat community and very hard to get into as well. But yeah, that's one of them, and that one has a religious affiliation with the Baha'i faith. There's Nova. I'll keep on walking down, and I guess we're gonna be walking by the School of Nations, and that's Nova right there. So they built Nova kind of recently, and they also have a lot of there's like a rooftop with the trees, so they probably have like a playground, maybe even a swimming pool as well. So it's quite common to have rooftops like that. I'm gonna keep on walking all the way down to the end of Bragança. And then this space to the left is kind of interesting because there's like this little property right here that's you know, looks like it's could be taken care of a lot better. They're sitting on a lot of money. That's a lot of money right there, location wise. But it's like they have no money to upkeep it. It's kind of like, it's interesting. Anyways, so that's Nova. This is all brand new. That's a shopping mall inside. IKEA's in there, food court, tons of shopping mall stores. Let's see if this car's gonna take a couple schools. We're almost to the end of our Bragança street. So this is kind of a major street in Taipa. A lot of schools right in this area. School of Nations. Visu. It's called Visu Street. That's basically where we were just at. Bragança Street. So we basically started all the way down to the end of that one. So that's Bragança. We got a pretty thorough view of it. Okay. Bragança. Hey, checking out Macau 2023. Check out some more streets.